That would be sweet if we could get to diamond. When is the last?
Alright, I'll put it there. I won't.
January 9th. Okay.
What about January 9th?
Wait, is
January
season
10th is the end of the season.
yeah. Is the I'll have to have the stream tell me. Is season 13 ranked already finished?
I don't think so.
That's what I thought, it was finishing on the 9th. A new MMR rank system. Changing to Microsoft's True Skill. Okay. True Skill 2 is permanent. Okay, what is that? The new ranked MMR system in the upcoming season. Initially make it easier for new accounts to be placed more accurately on the ranked ladder. To be more in-depth when it comes to rating players' skills, making their ongoing placement more accurate as they grind. Oh, but it's not gonna... Okay, I've got to look up if this is like an actual thing. I know it's a new patch, new season, but like... It ends on the 9th. Okay, because that's what I thought. It was like they were going to have no in-between time. Like, it literally... The season 13 ends, like, right before season 10 begins. Or what, season 14 begins. So I think it ends on the 9th, right? And then it begins on the 10th. No, it ends on the 8th. And the next season begins on the 9th. Is that right? That seems odd, because I thought... Isn't patch day always Tuesday going into Wednesday? Oh, there's a 1 day layover? Okay, so we've got a few days either way. It's either like Monday or Tuesday. Okay, I gotta research what's... Are they gonna say what this is? I talked about this last night. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm going to play. Like, it doesn't matter. I don't give a shit. Like, I just come out just to have some fun and hang out with you guys. So I'll play no matter what they have going on. As long as I don't have too much going on in my life to play that day. But I'll play no matter what. I really don't care about the rank. But, whether it's good or bad for the game and for players. See, because it says here, the new system will instead take things into account, including your experience. So what does that mean? If you play more games... It's higher no matter what? I don't like that, if that's the case. It's just encouraging, like, just spam to go up. In-game behavior. So, again, I don't know what that means. If, like, is that kill participation? Is that warding? Kill count. It literally says kill count here. So it's going to reward you for playing more aggressive snowball champs.
Ooh.
Pantheon is hot. I mean, it's literally saying kill count here, right? So I don't know how much more that matters than, like, assists. So again, sometimes you play champs that don't show up on the stat sheet very well, and maybe those are good champs. Classic example, Tom Kench. Back in the day, right? Like, terrible stats for a support. Because Tom Kench is not going to get a ton of assists because he doesn't have anything historically that heals and shields people, right? He's got his ult, but you have to actually hit them to get the kill or the assist. Versus something like a Janna or a Sona, you just heal somebody and you get all of the assists in the fight. So if it's counting even assists for supports, if it's counting kills, deaths, and assists, it's still gonna hurt champions that are high utility but don't heal or shield. So like Tom Kench, Braum has to actually touch people. Basically tanks have a hard time starting fights. It's gonna be tougher, I think. Versus if it's just you climb, if they're counting for supports, assists, counting more or counting the same as kills, and not dying, Janna's gonna be queen, right? Because she can almost never die if you play all the way in the back and you just shield somebody and that's it. And it's gonna kind of hurt potentially engage champs because they're gonna die more often, probably. Now they can start fights more. Yeah, Zyra as well. If damage is a thing and actually getting kills counts 3 times as much as getting assists. Oh shit. Well, this might be a dodge. You know, I want to play like Maokai or something into that, but
Do it. Let's get. I believe.
I just don't know how good Maokai is anymore. And I don't even know what I'm supposed to do.
Pretty good. I'll look at some builds.
Aftershock, yeah. What do you say? Like Nautilus is okay too, but okay. It's Aftershock, yeah.
Do you build Radiant, or is that just for?
I think I'm supposed to build Radiant.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
You could go like Radiant, Demonic.
Yeah. Janna would have been good. Yeah, I just like something that can CC or start fights. God, I wish I could see how good my team is. You want me to try it?
Let's try it. I'm not too worried about it. Team's not bad.
I mean, they do have a Lee, so we can probably outdo. But we have an Elise. Both of those are kind of iffy. I'll play Mukai. No, she is. So I think Janna, as far as enchanters go, does have more skill expression than many others because she, like, you have to react and peel. Like a good Janna player. So you have to react to someone, like, going in to peel them with the tornado. Right? Which in some cases can require more skill than the actual person who's engaging. Like, tornadoing an Alistar combo is not easy. So yeah, I'm not saying like Janna has no skill. I'm just saying like you can sit in the back and not die if you want to. Like, it's very hard to kill her. That was my main point, is that if KDA is a huge factor in the true skill thing, then stuff that can sit in the back safely, and she has really big range for an enchanter, right? Like her shield is 800 versus a lot of enchanters. A lot of enchanters, like Sona, have to be in like closer to people to get effects. Versus Janna can just hang out way the hell in the back. It's actually encouraged because I think, don't people still move faster when they move towards you, or did they change that? I can't remember. I know they did a bunch of changes on her. But anyways, if like KDA is a big thing, you're going to have people potentially playing safe champs, especially enchant like supports. No, she is, like, my thing is that we don't have any engage other than, like, Jason going in. Like, I know they're trying to peel. I just have had the most success in recent times off of being able to pull the trigger and actually start a fight. That's what it is. Because if I don't pull the trigger, it's like, who's going to do it? That's, like, the biggest thing that happens when I try to play enchanters lately is everyone just, like, sits around and, like, nobody makes a play. and then eventually someone gets caught out and does something dumb at like 35 minutes and we just lose the game. So I'd rather be the one making the decision to start the fight and like being able to actively look for it and punish people. Like, that's the biggest thing in lane too, is if people step out of line, if people step up too far to CS something, I want to be able to like do something about that. Now, enchanters, you can poke a lot. Over and over again.
Nice.
It's probably not worth. No. Okay, I got it. Nice. I can't believe they just let me walk up to him. Like, it should be pretty... Okay, at least it's rolling, though. Should be pretty obvious that's a gank, but... I think finance now, it depends on where you live. And I'm not... Obviously, that's a little outside of my expertise. But I have students, a lot of my students do business and finance at my university, and I've seen presentations on it. I have them do that at the end of every semester, is talk about their field, learn about it, and kind of tell me what their plans are and, you know, talk about ways to make that happen. And I think it's a pretty versatile degree. Again, obviously somewhere like New York City, it's going to be a lot more options than like nowhere, Idaho, right? But...
Oh my god, my cooldown. Still might be able to kill him. Oh, maybe not.
Okay. Nice. Alright. Do I go Ionians? Probably not. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna get more health here. They don't do that much magic damage. I think I'm supposed to go Mercs against TF. Although they don't have that much magic damage. Well, you gotta not... I know it's very difficult. You know, it's easy to say don't compare yourself to others, but like... work against your own personal best, I think. You don't have to make a ton of money.
Oh, nice.
Oh, he's got Aftershock? Oh, he's got Guardian, okay.
DF is level 6, so you gotta be careful.
Okay. Am I supposed to be maxing seed still? I think that's bad, right? Like, I'm supposed to be doing Q. I know Q, I think, has a higher base damage scaling. Gosh. Damn. That was unfortunate. I think I just wait on the boots period and just get the up. Like getting tier 2 boots fast for Rakan is good, but I think just trying to get Radiant faster for me is good. Mindlessly easy roll. He's an ADC. It is a lot easier than ADC. I'll give him that for sure. I mean, it depends on the support. Like Thresh versus... Depends on how good your support is too. But yeah, I mean, I think support is a lot easier in general than ADCs are most of the time. That's a fair statement. I don't know. I mean, we can go against CF. Be a farm off. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a pretty good analogy. QB, sort of, versus saying alignment's an easy position. It's like, yeah, I mean, there's stuff that you do that, like, is very underappreciated. I think at a basic level, like, the floor is way lower, right? Like, I think it's very, very easy to be, like, an okay support versus being an okay ADC. But, like, very top level, like, understanding when you're supposed, like, the macro part of it, when you're supposed to roam. Because usually the support's the shot caller. Because they don't have to CS, so they can watch the minimap a lot easier. I'm supposed to roam up there? I don't really know.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Okay.
That's right. Let's go, Maokai. Is the stream lagging? I'm not sure. It hasn't been, or at least I haven't been hearing that. I'm not personally lagging, but that doesn't mean the stream's not lagging. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and get Mercs. I was just saying I wouldn't, but I have enough gold to do it, and especially if I need to start rotating a little bit. And Maokai's movement speed is pretty important too. Interesting gameplay. Yeah, I think you can definitely over roam on support, especially lower elos. Just depends. I mean, maybe I don't fully appreciate disrupting, like, middle lane, like, forcing them to not CS even if you don't get a kill. Maybe that is important depending on matchups, if they need to scale. But yeah, I mean, I don't think there's that many people. Certainly at a mechanical level, it's a lot harder to play ADC. But yeah, it just depends on how much you're factoring in the macro and how much shot calling you're doing. And to some extent, which support, right? Like, Thresh is going to be a lot harder to play than...
Oh my god.
He's right there, man. Like... I guess I shouldn't have used all my stuff to run, but he literally just cleared a ward. And we're against Rakan. And she's pushed up that far. I should have just abandoned her, though. I should have just pinged back, like, as many pings as I had and just left the lane. Brain machinery. I think ADC is probably harder in general. You also have to play around your teammate and like adjust your play. I mean, you have to do that as support too, but most ADCs are punished a lot more for being out of position. Like if you die, it's really, really bad. If the support dies, it's not great, but at least like you're not losing CS. Because it doesn't, like your CS doesn't matter. I'm not saying like support's a walk in the park, but I'm like how you carry is different. You also don't control the gold though, right? As a support, so like sometimes that can be frustrating if you're having a really good game but your carry is just bad and just keeps dying no matter what you do. Like that does make your life a lot harder because you're counting on your team to do the right thing.
Careful, Lee's bot side.
Yeah. We got the flash, nice. Am I supposed to? I think I'm just supposed to get W here. Nice. Yeah. You're baited there. Dying too much. Okay, now I'm saying there's a little bit of an error on it. So I don't know. The internet, I thought it was just my like wireless router, because sometimes it has been weird over the last little bit. But maybe it's the actual cable connection, I'm not sure. My end game's not lagging, but I am getting a message on the side that's saying the stream is lagging a little bit. So sorry about that if that is the case. Hopefully it'll go away. I don't think I can do that much about it right now. I'm not running like any other programs or anything in the background.
Oh no, I'm so dead.
Oh god. Can't do anything about that. No, they're gonna be creeping up. I may not even be able to get out. Those seeds do like 0 damage. Thank you, Riot. It's not Riot's fault. It's probably my internet provider, I would guess. Or YouTube, but probably internet provider. Like, thank you, Comcast. I need to get 2 more before this ticks. Oh, never mind. There it goes. Oh, I forgot that does max health too. Where the hell? Okay. They're all going for her. She dead? Yeah. Wow. Oof, that's bad. Wow, he's got 25 stack Magi? What the fuck?
Yeah, he's hurting.
Based Maokai play. Oh, the E change, yeah. How big is Camille? Sort of, kinda. Okay. Yeah, Lisa's really fat, but she's kind of falling off. Can I still get this? Come on, baby. Yes. Okay. Not sure what else we can really do here. She's gone. This. Yeah, they're gonna throw this. Just keep stalling. I don't know why, like, we got him to stop. Oh, I don't know. We need to wait on Kate, I think. Jesus.
This TF
Dead.
is yeah.
I mean, Rakan's just like a million times more useful than I am. This dodge, I don't get Rakan. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can do about it if it's... I mean, let me look on OBS real quick. Yeah, it's dropping a billion frames. It's the internet. It's Comcast or whatever the hell. Xfinity. Hopefully it'll settle down. I could try after this game restarting the modem and seeing if that helps. Well, she got it, I guess. But yeah, we just don't. If I'm gonna not be Rakan, I just have to get like super hard carried. We just don't have enough. Like at least did a good job. Like she's got a lot of kills. It's just
Oh my god.
she's not gonna have enough power to snowball. And I was just thinking like, well, they have Lee too, and it's like that's true, but I don't know. Their Rakan's just like way more useful than I am. He's dead. Alright. Okay. Well, she got shut down. Big ass shut down. Just like walking around in circles. I'm gonna get baited here. Dude, I can't. I don't have flash. Like, what the fuck do you want? Oh my god, real? God, she lived with like 1 HP.
Your turret has been destroyed. An ally has
Oh my
been
god, it's got
slain.
bopped.
I don't have that much sun magic on our team. I guess I go Abyssal here. I don't know. Abyssal or Knight's Vow.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Whoa, what? Those wild cards just did like 1100 damage to Elise.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe didn't need to do that. And it's a short cooldown, but man, that ult is like so slow. And I didn't know if anyone else was going to come out of that bush or not. These seeds do 112 damage. I guess they do 200 if it's out of a bush, but yeah, I mean, the Seeds of Doom was a pretty, like, troll build. It was fun if you were the Doomer, but if you were the Maokai, it's fun to, like, one-shot people with, you know, Leandri's demonic seeds. But kind of like Teemo. It was like Teemo Shrooms, but worse. Like, worse in the sense as it was good, but really, like, annoying. They could have, like, nerfed the range on them, or the amount of time they last, or, I don't know, just something. But they just, like, nerfed the damage so hard, they're like, you know what? That is a scouting tool, and you are mostly a tank. That's kind of the direction they went with it. Which I guess is fair. But that makes him, like, a little bit less unique, I think, than some of the other tanks. I mean, TF's coming in too. Oh my god.
Oh, I was gonna want that.
Yeah, I was gonna like peel, but why is he so fast? I guess it's Ghost. No, he doesn't even have Ghost. So you get movement speed on Magi's? Yeah, okay. Magi's plus Witchbane.
Your turret has been destroyed.
And he might have, no, he doesn't have Phase Rush. I don't know. He's just fast as fuck. He's 446, just walking around.
That was rough.
I mean, I've got it at 30 FPS too, but like I have like super low settings on OBS. Is it still being weird? It doesn't say it is anymore. I mean, I started streaming on 30 because it's like, it's League of Legends. It doesn't matter. I think it's like maybe for first-person shooters, I heard like maybe 60 matters FPS. I used to just stream on 60 and it was fine most of the time. But it doesn't really matter what your settings are. If your ISP is fucking around or whatever. I've been saying I need to just switch to fiber for years. Now it actually is on my street, so I could do it. Well, it's because Rakan was picked, man. And clearly I was, like, bad on Maokai. Like, not good. So, that's why you see me... Yeah, I mean, if Rakan is picked or banned, occasionally I will play something else. Or if Rakan is, you know, not by far and away the best champ on a given patch. But, yeah. I did. And it was bad.
That was a rough game.
Yeah. I mean, at least you kind of had a bad game the same time I had a horrible game, so...
I didn't even die to TF really in lane. It's just he got
Roamed.
kills outside of lane, which is rough.
Yeah. It just
Man,
can't escape.
so many times.
Yeah, I just can't escape on Maokai. Like, Maokai can walk up the Rakan, or can lock people up, sort of. But Xayah still gets to do her feathers, even when you're rooted, which is annoying. I thought she at least had to jump your roots, but that's not true. What's up, Robert? Played Bard a lot? You must have been here for that one split where I played, like... like, very, very unique time. I mean, I have, in the past, played other things, but it's like Rakan is my best. So if I'm actually trying to win, I'm probably playing Rakan. So yeah, this season, my main account is like real bad this season. I haven't even really played on it that much. I kind of don't want to get demoted. It just feels like I don't believe in loser's queue or whatever, but man, it feels bad. So like the first split, we got diamond again for the first time in a while, but this split it's like real bad. It's like 24%. But last split I think we were like 55% or something. Yeah, so last split we were 56% on Rakan, and as you can see, when I don't play Rakan, I lose most of the time. 2022, it's mostly Rakan, but a little bit of diversity there, but yeah, mostly Rakan. 2021, a little bit of diversity, mostly Rakan. I don't remember, like, Bard, I guess that was a while ago. I think that was really just for like a month or something. There it is. Yeah, it was probably 2020. That was my most like popular viewer season. That was when I was getting the you know, hundreds, like averaging 500 viewers for most of 2020. That was before pandemic too. Skarner support, yeah, that was like very, very brief. I was like season 6, I think. I started the channel in season 6. I don't think I did it that often, but I think I picked him. That was before Rakan was a champ. But I picked him specifically into assassins like Kha'Zix in the preseason because Nautilus just wasn't fast enough to react. Like, they would just kill you instantly, and so Skarner had that like R insta locked down, but I still didn't even play it that much. It's like 1 and 2 on it. I think I played it like 3 times. I was playing Kench before he was like really popular in Pro though. I think for some reason he wasn't super popular in Pro until like season 7, and he'd already been nerfed so much. Remember when he came out, he was just like absolutely ridiculous, and he was already nerfed a little bit beforehand. Like his W increased your speed running away. $500 viewers. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's either the algorithm. I mean, I think a bunch. My best. So there's 2 theories basically that I have. So the first one I think is they were really pushing live content, because I had that viewership between 2019 and like fall of 2019 and fall of 2020. And it rose pretty precipitous. Well, it kind of rose, I guess, steadily. Once I cracked 300, then it kept going. It went like 300, 400, 500, 600. Well, it has nothing to do with that, man. I don't think. I mean, I was playing Rakan mostly in that season too, right? And I don't think the beard matters. I mean, maybe it does, but I feel like, and I'm like a higher rank or similar rank to when I was then. I think I was like low platinum. I may have gotten a diamond in one of those seasons. But, so I guess it's something that has to do with the algorithm for me to drop that, because it dropped like in September of 2020. It dropped like 90% in like 2 or 3 days. So it's something mechanical. Like I went from like 50, like, or from like 500 to 800 viewers or something on average. We did get up to like 3,000 one time. And then it dropped down to like 50 to 100, like literally within a week. So to me, that has to be something algorithmic or view bots, right? Like either somebody was buying me views that I don't know about, or the algorithm just turned against me. And I had a lot of people saying like that they just weren't getting recommended anymore. Like I wasn't getting recommended in their stream anymore, even though they had subbed and clicked that they wanted notifications. They just like weren't getting it. So I think it's either people were buying me views I didn't know, or, which I doubt, or I think what it was my specific time block when I was streaming, which was at that time usually like 10 or 11 to like 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. There just aren't any other people that are streaming really. Like there are some, but there aren't as many because most of NA and like EU is asleep. Most of the streamers don't stream at those times. So I was one of the only people doing like live League of Legends content at that time, I think. And I think they were trying to push their live content a lot more like their streaming. They were trying to do like the YouTube gaming thing. And so I think it was putting me ahead in recommendations of a lot of other content out there that's not streamed. So instead of seeing like, you know, if you're clicking on League of Legends support or something, instead of seeing like a Pro Guides video or, you know, a Tower 1 video or whatever, like it was recommending me, even though I was smaller, just because I was streaming live content. Well, no, there were bots that spam, like, those are different from view bots. But yeah, once you get to so many viewers, they're going to target your channel. But I had a spam bot on here when I had, like, when I first started making the channel, when I had, like, 1 view every night for, like, 6 months, you know, 1 or 2 views. One of them, I can't remember his name. But was a bot. So anyways, I think that's the main thing, is that they were pushing live streaming content more, and I was one of the only people streaming League of Legends at that time. And I was still, even before that happened, I was still getting about 150 views or so. So I was probably one of the bigger ones, and so it just kind of kept snowballing me. So that was like the precipitous drop. Now, why did I rise in the first place to even get to like 150 or whatever? Which obviously isn't huge, but it's way more than now. I was streaming quite a lot, 4 hours or something, I think, most of the time. So not like a ton, but definitely more than now. And
Brand spot side.
yeah. But the biggest thing is like the there just wasn't as much saturation of League of Legends content, especially educational content, especially for supports. You know, at the time, most of the League content was just like bro fresco kind of shit, you know, just for fun, like meme builds, like lol stuff, meme builds, Korean builds, like just goofy stuff. A lot of people weren't really making a lot of educational content. There was no pro guides, there was no mobalytics when I started, right? And so when I would make a guide, something like Soraka guide, Sona guide, whatever, there just wasn't a lot of competition. And a lot of people wanted to learn that type of stuff. And everybody, you know, very few people did any support content at all. It's because it was thought that supports suck and you could never climb as support because you don't get any gold and it's boring and all this other stuff. So there's a lot of support hate out there. And so, you know, I was like the only one that was for that market, which was still pretty niche. Support was still like the least popular role, as it always is, and more people still watch the meme content than they do the educational content, but there just was no competition. And there was very low production value on most videos in general on YouTube. There just wasn't a lot of big money. So, like, you would see, you know, just people talking with Word docs or spreadsheets or, you know, stuff like that. Like, that wasn't super uncommon. So that's all I had, was I just had, like, my Google Docs and, you know, just talk about some stuff, right? I wasn't super high ranked, but I was one of the, like, the only people that was doing it. So that was a big part of it. But now you've got a lot more saturation, more people do it, people with, you know, much bigger budgets, you know, that are paying advertisers, that are paying video editors, curators. You're getting challengers, you know, doing stuff. Like pro guides, mobalytics. Like, there's so many places where you can get guides, coaching sessions, all of this stuff. Really high production guides and things like that, where they've got, you know, all kinds of footage of different situations and fancy graphics and shit. And it's just like, I just can't keep up with that. I'm not as good as a challenger, and I don't have the production value either. And I don't have the advertising budget to, like, show up on Google or YouTube like mobalytics or all these other things, so that's just kind of it. I was one of the relatively early people for the kind of stuff I was doing. I wasn't like the first one, but there just wasn't a lot of competition. And now there's just a lot more. There's some appeal that I was like a little bit older too, and, you know, that I have the professor thing going on, so I could be like conversational with people about a bunch of different topics. And I wasn't like, you know, screaming and freaking out like too much, you know. It is League of Legends, so that's going to happen from time to time, but I think compared to a lot of content creators, I was a bit more chill. I mean, my plan is just live my life and stream on the side for fun. Like, it's not my livelihood. It was never going to be, you know. Like, it's fine. If I get 10 viewers a night, whatever.
Oh god, he's gonna kill me. Dead.
So, like, that's fine. I just can't keep up with that, you know? I don't want to do what it would take to try to keep up with that. Like, I can't, right? I would have to spend probably 60 plus hours a week. I mean, back then I probably was, with all the streaming and the guides and everything else I was doing, I probably was spending 50 or 60 hours a week on it. But like, yeah, what would it take? I mean, I could maybe do it with my current rank, but honestly, probably to get any attention, I'd probably have to be at least Masters. That's going to take a hell of a lot of League, if I could ever even get there, period. It's going to take a lot of practice, a lot of improvement. And then, I've heard, like, paying an editor is insanely expensive. I just don't think it's worth it. Like, you're talking to have a consistent editor that just does one, like, 15-minute video a day for you or something. It's like $40,000 a year. Apparently, it takes forever. Remember the person who did, like, the I'm a Cutie Pie video, went through, I think it was 3 or 4 hours of his stream footage. I watched an interview with him, and trimmed it down into whatever 20-minute video, 15, 20-minute video, and it took him 8 hours, he said. 8 hours a day. So I would either have to pay somebody $40K a year, or I would have to spend 8 hours a day editing. Or I'd have to spend 8 hours a day editing, in addition to actually playing the game. So you're talking like 12 to 15 hours a day. Thumbnails are important. It does take time to craft like a good thumbnail. But like editing and special effects and all that shit is like pretty important too. I mean, there are obviously some content creators that get away without that much. Like Freak's videos, his like patch notes rundown and stuff is really long and basically unedited spreadsheet stuff. But he's an extremely famous like figure in the community. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, I just have to put a lot more time into it. I just need to like make more videos, period, like more guides and stuff. Because I just haven't done much outside the stream. But I mean, my life's fine. Like, I'm okay if it's not as popular as it used to be. Like, got a great job. I love that. Got 2 daughters and a wife that are awesome. Got great friends. Money's doing pretty well. Health's doing pretty well. Like, I mean, it's fine. So I mean, it'd be cool if we get more viewers in here, but like, it's still popping. People still talk and chat. We still have some regulars that come in. You know, I've got Jason out here most of the time. Like, shit. I'm gonna get got. I forgot about the Galio. Yeah, I've never really watched Ioki, but yeah, that's what I'm talking about, like, direct competition from, like, Ioki, and he's, like, you know, master support, grandmaster, whatever he is, high diamond, and then who is, like, there's, like, a British guy, English guy, whatever. It's kind of like quiet, soft-spoken, who does tier lists. He was also like Masters or Challenger or whatever. No, she doesn't say that. Bizzle, yeah. I don't know if he still does it or not. He probably does. I haven't really kept up with Auto League content. No, because I don't do it that often. I mean, I think she actually prefers this. Like, me making a little bit less money, but spending 5 to 10 hours a week on the stream versus, you know, 50 to 60. I mean, she never complained about that. That was fine too. But I think she would rather me make a little bit less money and like clean the house more, or like take the kids to the park. You know, go to the grocery store, just do adulting things, right? But yeah, I mean, I think getting in that mentality that everything has to be fully optimized and monetized and stuff like that is kind of like not great either. It's like I don't get on her and say, hey, why aren't you doing react videos about this Star Trek that you watch all the time, right? Like, why aren't you making content for, you know, Star Trek fandom? Oh my god, bro. A lot of people fail and spend a ton of money. I mean, like, I don't know, what's his name? Damn, I'm trying to think, Nasty, right? Like, I don't know his exact financial situation, right? But he was paying for a video editor. And again, I think it's $40K a year from what I've heard. And I'm pretty sure he lived in California. So if it was someone local, I don't know if it was local, but it's probably even more than that. And, you know, I don't know how many subscribers he has or whatever. It's 50K. Even at 100K, you're still losing money on that. You do not get very much off of, like, YouTube's ad revenue. Like, sharing is usually... It depends on a lot of factors, but from what I remember, it's like $3 per 1,000 views that actually view the ad, right? So how many people are going to have ad blocker? 50 to 70%. So you're looking at like every 2 to 3,000 views, maybe you get $3. So every like 1,000 views, you might get $1, right? So if you're getting every 100,000 views, then you might get like $1,000. I don't even think it's that high. I'd have to look up exact numbers, but I feel like it's not even that high. So if you get 1 million views in a month, that's like $10,000. So you'd have to have, just to pay for your editor, if that math is correct, and again, I think it might even be lower than that, you'd have to have 4 million views just to pay for your video editor. I got snatched. I think I'm good, though.
Nice. They wasted a lot there.
So if you make 5 videos a week, that's going to be 20 per month. You'd have to get average something like 200,000 views per video. If you make 5 videos per week and you're trying to get 4 million views in a month to pay for your video editor. So I don't know what he was making, or like I don't know how many views he was getting, but I feel it was not that. I feel like each video he made was maybe getting 5,000 views, not 200,000 views. It's like, it's really, really hard to like make YouTube your primary like income. You can't do it with ad revenue. You have to have other stuff. You have to have like partnerships. I think he did some coaching sessions and stuff. But you got to have like partnerships, sponsors, coaching sessions, like all that kind of stuff to really make it. Yeah, that is the thing. I mean, it is really annoying to get like badgered and stuff like that. Especially when like your main thing is your skill. Right? Like, I don't think anyone ever... And again, I'm not trying to badmouth him. I did one kind of collab with him Because I was trying to grow. I was thinking, okay, if I collab with him, and there's like one other guy that was Masters, that was a support. I don't remember his name right now. I think he's been retired for years. It's like, I wasn't really known for being, you know, an amazing player, right? It's like, I'm Diamond. Most people are showing up, again, because I was one of the only people that covered support. And I think they just kind of like the chill personality, the professor vibe, right? Like, where you can just kind of chat about whatever. I think is kind of, you know, I think I was definitely more on the side of a personality streamer than a skill streamer. And I think Nasty was more of, like, branding himself as a skill streamer. Like, again, I never watched a lot of his stuff, but I don't think he was, like, joking around, talking about philosophy of life or, you know, Professor After Dark kind of stuff or whatever, right? So when that happens, and when you go on a bad run or whatever, and you keep getting heavily critiqued for your skill, yeah, that can be kind of rough. Yeah, I mean, he was losing a lot of money, I think, trying to make it big. I mean, again, I don't know his entire financial situation, but it's just like, it's extremely difficult. Virtually impossible to make it as a streamer. You probably have to be averaging, if that's like your full-time job. Can I just run through this dude or like distract him? Dude, Fizz is there, man. I don't know if we can kill him. I can't get him with Ignite, I don't think. So I don't know the exact number. Again, it depends on how many sponsorships and blah, blah, blah you have. But, I mean, you probably have to be averaging like $5,000 or 5,000 viewers or something like that on a stream. And making other content, doing all that in order to be like financially viable. And even then, I don't know. Hey, thanks, Justin. I am going to get back to that. I'm going to be doing a Beastman campaign with Tarox. Hopefully this week I can start releasing episodes. I'm sorry I've been MIA on that. So, I mean, I probably shouldn't talk actual money or whatever, but I give you guys a personal example, I guess. It's probably not like that bad. But like the best year I ever had, I'm pretty sure it was not even when I had all the views. There was one semester that was just like absolutely crazy where people were just donating out the wazoo. I think it was spring of 2017. Those of you that are here will probably remember it. People paid me like $500 to shave my beard on stream. I got paid like $100 or $200 for like cosplay, left and right. I was getting coaching sessions like almost every day, multiple coaching sessions. I was getting like commission for guides all the time. People were just donating random money on stream when I was getting like 100-something 50 viewers or so. Like people were just like throwing money at me. And I'm pretty sure that was my most profitable year. I've got to run from her. I think she's gonna ult me. And I think I made like maybe 13 or 14,000 off of the stream. The year when I was averaging 500 to trying to think, 2020, it was probably somewhere in the neighborhood of like 10K when I was averaging 500 a stream, and we capped out at like 3,000 when it was, you know, really popular, whatever, like all that stuff. I appreciate it. It's like, yeah. So it's like, but I was doing a lot of extra stuff too. Like I was doing coaching sessions off stream. I was making a bunch of content off stream too. So I mean, you're talking like, again, 50 or 60 hours of work every week for an entire year, for like 10K. It may have even been less than that at that time. I can't. It may have been like 8. But yeah, so I would have to have like 5 times as many viewers just to pay for an editor. Yeah, I appreciate it. Everybody that did it was amazing. It was wonderful. But yeah, it's just, it's extremely hard to make that, like, to do that. Especially if you have kids. Like, see, that's the thing. Whenever I was able to do that, I was still technically a PhD student, and I think I was teaching. Now, in 2020, it was different. 2020 was a little bit different, but like early on in 2017, I was only getting like 2 classes per semester, and they were always like late afternoon, and I only had one daughter who was going to daycare. So I could bring her in whenever.
Alright.
So I could still like stay up until 4, get up, you know, at like 11 or something, and, you know, get her into daycare at 11, and then get to my classes by 12:30 or noon or 1 o'clock or whatever it was. Oh yeah, no, I forgot. Actually, my wife was able to take them in. So I could stay, you know, if my class wasn't until 2 p.m., which I think a lot of times I had like a 2:30 class and then like a 4 o'clock class. My wife would take them in, and I would pick them up from daycare around 6. And, so I could, you know, I didn't have to get up till like noon most of the time. So that was handy. Versus now, I've got 2 daughters I have to take to 2 different schools, and I have to be up at like 7 a.m. And I have to take them in just because of the logistics. And I teach 4 classes. So it's a lot harder. Not only to get up early, but I can't like sleep during the day as much. I have way more papers to grade. And it's just like kids just take up so much time anyway. It's just like making them food every night. But it's just like entertaining them, making them food, and then just like cleaning the house, cleaning up after them, doing all the dishes. Like all that shit just takes so much time. Hey, thanks Justin, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna see, maybe I could do more like faction guides updated for Warhammer 3. I know I want to do more support guides as soon as I play. Well, I guess I can kind of predict it, but once I like play around with the items a bit more near the beginning of the season. Damn, I have like no KDA. Like every time I'm there, it's just like we're losing the fight, and I'm like running. Kha'Zix is just getting like all of these assassination kills. Nice. So it's like, yeah, I wish it would grow. Like, it's cool. Like, yeah, man, I got a big channel or something. You know, like, that kind of stuff is cool. But aside from the ego, again, my life is fine. I don't need an ego boost. And yeah, the money's cool, but it's just not worth the effort to me right now. I'm just too old for that. I got other stuff going on. And it really like it's just like I like giving you guys content. So again, I'm going to try to do that, but I don't think it necessarily has to be huge. I can still do that. Like the people that are, you know, like the channel, I can still give you guys content even if I don't get 1 million views on it. So I would like to do it for you guys, but as far as like just attracting a whole new audience, I'm also older. I was kind of old to begin with. But I'm even older now, so... I appreciate it. Tried with streaming and editing. I mean, this was a guy, again, I'm a cutie pie dude. I've never tried editing. I actually looked at it, and I was trying to do some basic stuff, but...
I'm coming. Oh, they're so low. Oh yeah, you get her, she's dead.
Maybe just push here. Or shit. Yeah, just push with him. I'm gonna try to stop the back. Alright. Nice. So yeah, it's just people have stepped up the game. Like, the barrier to entry is just, like, insanely high right now. And you have to have some side way to convert it. Gotta have an OnlyFans. You gotta have, like, some kind of, I don't know, other products you're selling or something, like some Amazon products, or I don't know, like coaching sessions are, I mean, if it's like every single day, obviously, if you've got like that, what's his name, the dude that charges $300 per, if you got that going on, yeah. I know, it is crazy, isn't it, Justin? It's like the older you get, the faster time goes. And I think there's a lot of theories on that. It is a smaller percentage of your life every year. But I think it's also, we just don't have as many, like, landmarks. You know what I mean? It's like when you're younger, there's so many, like, firsts or, like, new and exciting situations you're getting into in school. You're trying stuff out. You're meeting new people. You're doing different stuff. You know, all of that, I think, creates kind of this emotional landmark in your mind where it just feels like time slows down almost. You can remember it. But then as you get older and you just start kind of doing the same thing every day, like a lot of people do, there are fewer and fewer of those landmarks that are like kind of speed bumps in your memory. So it just feels like you can go from point A to point B super fast because you're just not remembering most of the stuff in between. That's my theory on it. So how do you, like, combat that? You just do more memorable stuff, you know, whenever you have an opportunity. Unfortunately, as an adult, you're working, you have family and stuff. You can't always do that. But so whenever you have a chance to go hang out with some friends or go do something else that's a little different and fun, I think you should go for it. That's my philosophy. But all right, man. Well, GG's. I got, what do we go, 50-50 again? That's what we are, 50-50. But hopefully we'll have a breakout over the next few days. But, yeah. All right, man. I'll catch you next time. Yeah, okay. Well, it's great to see some of you guys again. Like I said, I'm going to try to come out with some more Total War stuff soon. And some League stuff once I get caught up. Just, again, my schedule's kind of crazy. I am trying to stream every night as much as I can. Once school actually gets back in session, might be a little harder. But I'm going to do the best that I can. So I appreciate y'all coming out and checking in with me, even if it's just every now and then. Even though I'm small time now. Not that I was ever like a huge timer, but I always enjoy coming out chatting with you guys. But anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you very much. Have a good day, and I should be back sometime around 11:30 tomorrow. I'll see you then. Have a good one.